Here we are, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Come one, come all. I put the bat signal out on the community tab. I'm running late, like always. But yes, if you guys want to hop in, any of my channel members, what happened? Who passed away? Chris May. But what's going on? I got my partner is going to be, I don't know if he's going to be on camera, but he's here. He's going to.
Yeah, I can give you a moment of camera. Whoop, whoop.
There he is. What's going on? We got Chris May, Lady Libra for life, Isaac Ramirez, Felix Rojas, Game Time, CD News, good afternoon. Game Time, Brian, hello, good fans. Felix, hello, man. We got her done. Finally. What's up, chat and Game Time? Never fails. Something weird happens to me when I stream. Funny glitches. Chris May, there he is. Loyal Cowboy, get up. Sid Vicious. No, that sucks. Rest in peace, Sid Vicious. Loyal, if you're home, hop in here, bro. Hop in here. Let's talk. Let's hoist a water. Let's hoist a water together. Curtis Bergdorf. What's up, Curtis Bergdorf? Loyal Cowboy. Well said. Vicious. Rest in pairs, my friend. Sid Vicious, one of the greats. CZ, what's going on, CD? How are you, CZ? I just called CZ CD.
Yeah, we know what you got on your head.
Jeff Lee, what's up, Jeff Lee? What's going on, Jeff? How are you, brother? How you feeling? Dallas Cowboys, where you been, Dallas Cowboys?
He's been negotiating the contracts. Yeah. That's why.
So over it. Arturo Gomez, Manuel Saavedra. What's up, Manuel? CD, baby. Now we getting Dak. Regina Green. Whoa, Regina Green's in the house. Where have you been? MVP Nation. MVP Nation. EJB. William Tilton. Hamid. Birds fan. What's up, Hamid? So, yes, we're getting a lot of people in here. We're going to let it breathe a little bit. What's up, Derek Grimsley? What's up, Brian? Finally got this deal done. It's about time. Yeah, and what did I say yesterday? Make it 100 million. Just be below Justin Jefferson. Why? Because he's done it for 4 years in a row, traveling back and forth to Kentucky.
He's the only star on that team, so they could pay him easily.
Pay him.
They probably just probably like pushed a blank check over there and go, yeah, you just fill it out, dude. I don't give a shit.
I mean, it was an easy contract, right, Phil? It was about it's not a hard deal.
I think this was the whole plan. He wasn't going to be here during the preseason. Ooh, it just happens to be right after the last game. Like, yeah, to me,
red line.
To me, if it would have happened, there would have been news about something. They would have been talking to him about something. So I think it was a way to avoid, and maybe this was the agreement from the beginning.
What's this? Fasten your seatbelts. Well, we do have, and I did see Mark's
about like the
video.
Walking seatbelt? Fasten your walking seatbelt?
Yeah, exactly. I want to just talk about some of the moves here, people. Just some of the moves here. I expect them to try and get a couple of these guys back on the practice squad. But just some of the early moves. There was 15 moves. You figure they were at 90. What's up, Mouse? What's up, Jamie Garcia? Anybody? Dustin Bosley? Anybody I missed? Just keep talking. I'll get back to you. John Acme. You were driving. You go along with him and disrespect Montana. Called him a Montana and laughed so disrespectful. Who said that, John? Montana? Not Montana. Maybe Joe Montana, like from the movie. But anyway, the Cowboys will eventually remove 38 players, but they removed 15. So they still have another 15.
You got rid of your buddy, Fiocco.
Yes. Junior Fehoko, Eric Scott. Both of them could see their way back on the practice squad, but Fehoko was not good, people. Willie Harvey. That was a surprise, but looking at the numbers, guys, we had to go light there. They really liked themselves some Nick Vigil. That's a Mike Zimmer guy.
Didn't I tell you Lamb would get signed this week?
You did.
I knew it. Let's go wait till after the preseason was over.
Yeah.
Get all that out the way, because you think about it, they're not really losing anything because none of their starters really played in the preseason. Micah didn't play. Dak didn't play. Nobody. Those all backups and rookies. So wanted to see what they could do.
This is a good sign that we got him signed though, because now he can get out there with the guys and get on
Oh,
page
2
with
weeks.
everybody.
Yeah, 2 weeks of preparation. Now they just stop hurting each other in practice and go there and practice and come out alive.
Yeah.
If anybody is looking to be a channel member, I believe I got an alert on my last video. So just go back and look into the comments. Somebody gifted a channel membership. So I haven't had time. Actually, Loyal, get to the chat and I'll look for it now. I don't think
So
I
Dallas says Loyal in a Deuce jersey. Actually, this is actually the number I wore. I mean, it just happens to be Deuce's number. He's actually more playing for the Cowboys, but that's the number I wore. I didn't want to get a player's jersey because they were always trading people off. So I just got the number I wore when I played football.
Right on.
Yeah, I know I don't know how they do
We
that.
got Hi
That was
Severette,
mine anyway.
Mr. Jeff.
Huh?
What's going on?
I'm trying to remember. I think it was 75 or 76. I can't remember what the hell I was. 75. I had a
I mean, you want a membership? Go ahead and come on.
Well,
my baseball number was 42 though.
I believe somebody gifted.
Mine was
what's going on,
2.
Lady
I didn't have to
Libra?
remember too much after that. It was just number 2.
Yeah, I don't know where it's at. I don't know where I find it.
So Acme John says Dak will sign before the start.
Hopefully, that'd be great. I mean,
Yeah, that'd be nice, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
you got to have their separate weeks, right? You got to have CD week. You got to have Dak week. Can't do the deal within the same week. Otherwise, it's not the same, man.
Mhm.
Dak. Mouse is hoping that Dak isn't getting signed.
Yeah, Curtis. Rest in peace, Sid Vicious.
Heck yeah, dude. That's
He was a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I
Man,
can't find
I remember
it.
being scared of Sid Vicious when I was a kid.
Yeah, he was scary.
He had that intensity.
He's
He and
actually
Scott
from
Steiner
Arkansas.
both,
He's actually Jerry.
There's
Jerry
nothing
Jones's.
finer than Scott Steiner. So,
Dude. His nephew, what was his nephew? The what's his name?
Loyal would
Breaker?
Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker. Dude,
Oh, he's a beast.
it's like he pooped him out with his nose all weird, man. It looks exactly like him.
He played at Georgia Tech. He was a freaking beast.
Yeah,
Or no, it wasn't
it
Georgia.
Weirds me out, but
Somewhere.
yeah, I give him Braun Breaker credit, man. He's definitely living up to the family name.
The Hurricanrana is not the Hurricanrana.
oh shit! No,
It was Scott Steiner did that, and it was called the Frankensteiner.
The Frankensteiner.
Yes, it
Dr.
is.
Phil is on the set, laying on line with the Cowboy news.
So remember when Big
Who's
Papa
Dr.
Puff-
Phil?
Really.
Jacob Sports.
Oh,
sent
primetime
me-
Phil. Is that what you're calling Dallas Cowboys? You're calling primetime Phil, Dr. Phil? Okay.
Jacob Sports
What's up,
sent
Joe?
me a channel membership, so I know I never did tell anybody. Xander was talking to me. I might be joining Jacob for the Dallas Eagle game that week, so I may be on there to talk Cowboys. So looking forward to it. But yes, sorry everybody. I didn't mean to get everybody's hope. But it's Jacob sent me a channel membership. Jojo Gonzalez is in the house. Lady Libra, I know I said you. Hamid, Loyal Dak will be signed before the start. John Acme, I said this to Mark, and he didn't really say. He said he would be surprised. I think we would all be surprised, right, Phil? I think there's a part of me that's like, okay, boys, because, Jerry was flexing today. He was flexing like he did something. Like a part of me.
But he could have had it done a long time ago. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what's
They
frustrating.
quoted him on Pat McAfee where he's like, "I'm the motherfucking man."
Yeah.
Like
I would.
flex.
I mean, it would be just
Jeez.
something like they would do to sign Dak, And I still don't think McCarthy gets done, but they're allowing Zimmer to make moves, and this is like long-term type moves, if you ask me, like molding his defense by allowing them to cut a guy like Willie Harvey, who had one bad play, in my opinion. It was a horrible play in a preseason game, but they're allowing Zimmer to have carte blanche on that defense, and I like it. But that tells me he's going to be around more than 1 year. No,
Just might.
you know what I mean? It makes a lot of
I
sense.
think it depends on how the season goes.
I was gonna say at least he didn't play so badly that they made him fake an injury so he could be on the Fahoko over there.
Yeah, well, sometimes they try and cut you early to say, yeah, because Nathaniel Pete was cut. I was getting to that real quick before I get to the rest of the
Can't say I'm
chat.
surprised. I mean, none of those things are a
Fehoko,
surprise
Eric
to me.
Scott, the guy I wanted to trade. I still
Yeah.
think they bring back Scott, but
Yeah.
Willie Harvey. After looking at it this morning, I kind of touched on the 53. I was sharing the CBS Sports the article. Let me see here. Admit. I was sharing the CBS Sports article where they basically, said Willie Harvey was going to be released. And I'm like, no, but then when you look at carrying a sixth receiver, right? When you look at carrying 4 running backs, including Hunter Lepke, who's going to play fullback, not really, but then you realize there's not enough spots, people. There's not enough spots. So it but they released Damian Wilson. They released Deontay Burnett, who might find his way back on the practice squad. Josh DeBerry, Cole Cabral, Willie Harvey, Alec Holler, Cam Johnson, Jason Johnson, Nathaniel Pete, Eric Scott, Albert Huggins, Tyrone Billy Johnson, who I think they may try and get back on the practice squad, and Damian Wilson. They waived injured Viliami Fehoko, Darrell Johnson, and David Durden. So how does that work, Phil, when they waive somebody injured? They're like,
I was actually curious of the same. Maybe that they have to wait 24-hour period and then they can put them on the injury reserve next. I'm not sure how
that
that
sounds
works.
about right. But that's a total of 15. So now they went from 90 to 75, and now they got to get down to 53. So 65, 50. They still got to go another 22 people. So,
Or line them out the door, man.
90, 75,
Give them their
65, 55.
To-go packages and say, well, welcome, man. And thank you for buying stocks. And we'll see you on Hard Knocks at Chicago. So.
Let's see here. Dustin Bosley, CeeDee Lamb is signed. Yeah, I was talking to Rob via text today. Oh, there he is. What's up, Rob?
How would you do that?
Again, it's kind of like, we're excited, but it's kind of like, well, what the hell took so long? I was telling Mark, Rob, when I was on my way, I went to the gym, and I was telling Mark, I'm like, dude, I said it how many times? It's all about the guarantee. I said, if you offer him $100 million guaranteed, he's going to take it. I mean, who are we kidding? He's going to see every dime of the contract anyway. He's only 25 years old, right, Rob?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you called it as far as, what the contract was going to look like. And, it pretty much kind of laid out just the way that you called it. My only, concern about it is why now? I mean, shit, it's been out there for a while as far as what the contract should look like. It could have been done a lot earlier, but I agree. He's young.
Mark Hutchins, shout out to the $5 super chat. Sorry, brother, I missed you.
I think, to me, this is all planned. This was all right. Okay, before the season begins, we're going to go ahead. This is the contract, everything like that. Pretend that we don't get an agreement. You go and train on do your stuff. That way you don't have to worry about it. I guarantee you all of this was probably all figured out way before that. And it was just, come on, man. They happened to really do it the next day after the last preseason game. Or the day after. It just doesn't.
What was the gain? What was the gain for them to do that, though, prime time?
I mean, he wasn't going to play anyways. None of them were going to play. I think that you take a step back. Let's be real. There was no benefit to this. They're just, maybe they're just giving them the offseason off, and that's why they're giving him that little bonus of, hey, go do your thing, and and just to kind of, hey, just like when you have a friend over and I made some breakfast and stuff like that, you're getting on the good side kind of thing. It just, there was no benefit because this offense is going to need 2, 3, 4 games to get into any kind of rhythm, because that's what they've proven in the past couple of years is that even though they may have chemistry, they still need the time.
Absolutely. I didn't see any gain for them to do this other than, the attention that it brings to talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I think it could have been done a lot earlier and saved some money. I guess that's where I'm going at with it is, I mean, if you'd have done it earlier, you'd have saved some money, which would give you some more cap relief. I think is really more important than really the attention that it brought to the Cowboys.
So do you think possibly that they used it as a reason why we can't go out and spend money is, hey, let me wait to get that contract. That way they don't expect me to spend this right now.
Could be. Yeah, absolutely. It definitely could be.
Mark caught you.
But I
Shout
mean-
out, brother. Shout out for the
but it-
$5 super chat. Let me get this
But it's
real
been
quick.
laid out. It's been laid out for a while as far as where it should align. So the groundwork was already put in place with the previous signings over the summer from these other teams, and so if it had been done sooner, they could have saved themselves some money.
You're correct.
Bottom line is it's done now. It's done now, and you're gonna get him in there. Hopefully he stays healthy, because that's the least thing that I would want is any hamstring issues going into the season. It's going to take him a little bit of time to knock that rust off, but it's going to take all of the starters, no matter if it's your team, my team. Not too many starters started in the preseason anyway, so everybody kind of had the preseason off for the most part when it comes to starters. So I can see the first couple of weeks in the NFL really getting off to slow starts when it comes to offense, just to get back into football shape.
Yeah. Real quick.
Game time.
Yeah, real quick. Mark Hutchinson, guaranteed is a major deal. What if they get hurt and cannot play anymore? Well, again, they were going to owe him. That's what it's about. So it's a difference of, like I said, A.J. Brown's got 87. Tyreek's guarantees are I think are less, but I think his signing bonus was bigger. But that's what it was about. So thank you for the super chat. Real quick, Thomas, let me get Yassine. What's up, brother?
Hi, how are you?
What's going on? Thank you.
I'm
I guess
doing-
you're a new channel member.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
doing
you. I
fine.
appreciate you.
I just thank you so much, by the way.
Yeah.
Remember when Jerry said back in June or early July, he said that it will take Micah, Dak, and CeeDee. It'll take 72% of the salary cap,
That was a lie.
and we knew it was a lie.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know who let him get away with it? Michael Gelkin, who was
Now,
covering for. I'm so glad that guy's out of town.
yeah, well,
because
he's gone.
used
He
to-
actually moved to Maryland,
What?
and he's not
Maryland?
even
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, Washington D.C.
I'm glad he used to
Yeah.
cover for he used to cover for Jerry, and David Moore of the Dallas Morning News covers for Steven, man. Those two guys I don't
Well,
trust.
Yassine, I've said that many times.
Mhm.
Jerry, I've heard nightmare stories about guys who've come and gone by asking the tough questions. So these established guys shouldn't have to worry about it. They didn't like who was the guy who just got canned from ESPN? Ed Werder. They didn't like Ed
Werder.
Werder because Ed Werder would, he would ask the tough questions. That's all we're asking.
Yeah, he would-
Nobody's
he would ask-
saying.
Yeah, he would ask tough questions because T.O. hated him. Terrell Lawrence hated him.
Yeah, I mean, but again, he has to do a job. These reporters work for us, the fan, not for the YouTubers, not
Yeah.
for the. They work for the fan. Hey, listen, I don't know if you guys are aware, and I want to get to everybody in here. I see the Cody shows in here. We got Wade, Chris May, Rob A, Loyal, Thomas. Basically, they work for the fan, but. Like, did you guys see what happened with prime time Deion Sanders? He basically cut out a guy. Now, what people don't realize, people are really coming down on Deion.
Are you talking about the baseball one where he slapped the guy or whatever?
No, they're talking about. No, I'm
No.
talking about the other day. He basically his latest. He basically told a local guy that he's not allowed. Like the college came out and said that you're banned from asking any questions. Now, Stephen
Yeah,
A.
because
didn't
he's part
agree
of
with it,
CBS or something.
but the problem
no,
was
it's a different
this.
guy. It's a local Denver Post
Yeah.
reporter. Yeah.
But he wouldn't ask like he would get very personal. I still don't believe that you should be blocked. I think you take it on a day by day basis with that person, and then you just don't go to him. But to ban him from asking questions, I don't agree with that. But I just think asking the tough questions is what keeps everybody in check, right? I mean, don't you think, Rob? If we have
No,
a bunch
absolutely.
of yes men, what's that going to do, right?
Absolutely. That was Sean Keeler, actually, 'cause I'm here in Denver.
Yes. That's why I was
Yeah.
going to you because you live in Colorado.
Right, yeah. So yeah, it was Sean Keeler for the Denver Post. He was a columnist for the Denver Post, and so he says, Deion commented afterwards saying he doesn't feel really persecuted, although he's gotten criticism from the outside on that specific reporter being banned because of him. But it is what it is. Some people can handle the heat, and some people can't, and But Sean, he's one of those reporters down here in Denver who sometimes crosses that line, and so I could see where Deion is coming from, where he was like, you know what, let's keep it football related, let's not make it about family, kind of thing. So I mean, and that's where Keeler was kind of taking it.
Yeah, I could see that, but also because I was listening, I think it was I don't know what they call the show, but it's basically Shannon Sharp, somebody else in the middle. It was an older reporter, and then it was Stephen A. Smith, and Shannon was
First
on
take.
board with it.
It was
Called Loudmouth around
Feinbaum, the
us.
clown.
Yeah, Feinbaum. Yes, that's
he's
it.
a clown. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Paul Feinbaum. I think Paul Feinbaum. I think, but yeah, basically, I agree with Stephen A. Ultimately, I think you should. I don't like when you get into bans. You know, when you start banning people.
Well, this is the only way that the Joneses can be accounted for. I mean, let's be real. They're not. They don't have an ownership that tells the GM, "Hey, you should get your shit together, or you're out the door." They don't really listen to the fans unless we don't buy tickets to their training camps and stuff like that. Oh, all of a sudden now let's whip it up into shape. So to me,
Or if they lose primetime games.
Can I
this
tell you
is the only way they
a
can
funny
keep
story
up.
about Jerry?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm an old guy. I go way back, and I remember February 25th, 1989, the day Jerry bought the team. And remember when we won our first Super Bowl in Super Bowl 27 with Jimmy in Pasadena, and Emmitt Smith was in a holdout the summer of 1993.
Yep.
And they asked, they said, Emmitt just won 2 rushing titles. He's very productive. He just won you a Super Bowl. You know what Jerry said? Jerry said he remembered, he said, back in 1972, when he was a young businessman, he landed at Dallas Love Field and he was trying to rent a car and his credit card was declined. And he said, I don't want to experience that again. That's
I remember
how cheap
that.
this guy is. You remember that story? Yeah.
Yep, I remember that story.
So that's how cheap Jerry is.
It's funny. You know, and Wade's in here. I think he's in here. Wade?
Yo.
Yeah. Wade has a good take on Jerry. Go ahead. What have you been saying the last few days? What is Jerry at this point?
He's a mouthpiece now. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He don't got much control like he used to have. Stephen Jones and Will McClay are making the big player decisions in this franchise.
So let me ask you,
Jerry
Wade.
may oversee some stuff and help them out a little bit, but like they're the main two that are.
So let me ask you,
pulling
his latest
triggers.
flex on "This is why I'm the great GM." What was his exact term, Phil? What did he say today? Because I haven't seen it. Or Phil's not there. But anyway, he basically was flexing today. That's why I'm the best GM in the league or something to that effect.
Oh yeah. He was cursing up the storm.
Is that what he was saying?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I'm the one who gets effing deals done around
Oh,
here.
yeah, okay. Yasin,
You're
come
the
on,
best
man.
GM in the league. Hell, man, you didn't do shit last offseason. You could have got Bobby Wagner. I mean, I'm not even a GM, and that'd have been a damn good move. And there's so much shit he didn't do, or they didn't do as a franchise.
They basically hung him out to dry last year and said, okay, win with what you got, which kind of scares me with the whole Deron Bland injury because in my head, I know we got some bodies, and I like what we got. But now if you put Bland as the one guy you didn't want to lose, right? You didn't want to lose him because
no, you didn't want to lose him. But what's his name? Oh, my God, Hill, he covers the Cowboys, said this morning, he's like, you can't believe a word Jerry says. He literally says, we're good. And then they get rid of a player or they'll sign someone. They'll do something, they'll say one thing and then do another. Oh, Amari Cooper's good here. Traded. Oh, T.O.'s good here. We're good. Cut. You don't ever believe shit they say. They'll sign a cornerback tomorrow.
Mark Holmes, he said the same thing. He's been saying it for the last 3 or 4 years. He said it. He said, Jerry's not the one you need to be listening to. The person you need to be listening to is Steven.
Yeah, Steven's silent, though. He doesn't talk much. That's the thing. Once Jerry goes, he passes away. We're not, there's not going to be really much circus anymore. Like, Stephen Jones is definitely not a spotlight guy. He's kind of operating from the shadows.
You're right about that, because Steven said he doesn't care about titles because but one thing, with Steven, let's say if Jerry goes, and Steven has 2 other siblings, and they're all going to share the team, and he might not have he might be in trouble with that too.
Well,
Yeah.
Siblings are very weird when it comes to siblings.
yeah, we like Charlotte. I think we want Charlotte running the team more than anybody.
Me too.
But
I'm on Team Charlotte.
I like to marry Charlotte.
I've talked about how when that time
Exactly
comes,
It's a
we
little skinny
hope
for me,
that
but-
they'll want to take a backseat and be more of the faces and just talk instead of actually working with the numbers, you know?
Mark Hutchton, I got the numbers for you just real quick, Phil. It was a 4-year, $136 million deal, $100 million guaranteed, $38 million signing bonus. That was so the $38 million signing bonus is the highest, but he falls behind Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill in total money, I believe, right, Rob? I believe.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill's fully guaranteed was 72, which his fully guaranteed at signing was 52.5 million is what Tyreek was fully guaranteed when he signed.
Okay.
How many years, you know?
His particular contract was 106 for 4 years. 106, 106,500,000 for 4 years, and again, 52 was fully guaranteed at signing.
DD, what's up, DD? Welcome to the chat, DD. I don't know. I don't want to screw it up. SCLA, DD. So we got Jamie Garcia. I think when Deion's son goes to the NFL, Deion will be out of Colorado. I don't know about that. I think he's in Colorado for a little bit until he gets that next job. Deion basically told you he's not following his kids to the NFL again this week. So everybody needs to relax. Hey, he's going to be the coach of the Cowboys. No, he's not. No, he's not. What's up, Mouse? Shador? Yeah, Shador's not that great. He's just not. I'm sorry, everybody. It's my opinion. Now, Rob's closer to the situation, but
No, you're absolutely right.
I don't think he's
I
that
agree.
great, man. I'm not
They're
saying
blowing him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's
It's all
saying that.
marketing.
Dude, I was gonna say everyone's saying that Arch Manning's gonna suck. He's not even gonna start.
Well,
Watch him be
listen.
better
I'd
than
rather take
watch
Archie.
him be better. Watch
he's
him
gonna
be
a star.
better than
Mhm.
Shador. Watch him be better than Shador.
well,
I'm
again,
surprised
he's got
Archie Manning is
pedigree.
not starting. He's so good. Yeah.
Yep.
Shador comes with pyrotechnics and LED lights. That's all it is. Man.
To
And a
Shador's
dimmer
credit,
switch,
there's no offensive line here at all for him
That's
either.
true.
I mean, so
That's true.
he's running for his life damn near every play, and I don't see them being any better this year when it comes to the offensive line as well. But honestly, I would take Travis Hunter over Shador.
Yes,
If I had to,
yes,
I would
yes.
take Hunter over Shador any day. He
Leo
has better
Bridgewater, what's
character
up,
as well.
brother? Are y'all
just a good, solid
anticipating a quieter organization once Steven ascends to the throne? Probably, yes.
Yeah, oh yeah, I think so. Steven does radio interviews here in Dallas, like he does them once a week on 1310 The Ticket, and I mean he's not really a vocal person. Like he'll do an interview, like he'll talk to you, but he's not like Jerry that's gonna just cause a ruckus all
he's
the
not
time.
loud
He's not
like
gonna
him.
do that.
Jerry's a buffoon. Sorry.
He is a buffoon, but he's our
What's up,
I've never
buffoon,
been a
V?
right?
fan of Jerry Jones.
V. Stradamus is in the house. What's up, V? How you doing? FBA Bernard. Mouse says
What's up,
there's
Leo?
nobody that could effing come in here and do all the contracts and be a GM better than I can. Okay, that's the Jerry Jones. Well, Jerry, it's man, that's a tough act to follow. I will say that. But again, I'm just gonna go back to this, Yasin. This is what I'm gonna say. You know, when after a game,
I
if
do
your
it, I'm mad at
owner
all the
is the
time.
guy that's if your owner is the guy that's like fielding the first question, that's a problem, whether it's good or bad. You know, that's where I think the issue lies with this team. He feels the need that be in front of the camera 24/7, literally, right? They're having
Yes.
a Netflix cameras are still following him.
I'm really amazed they don't have a reality show. Let's be real.
Well, they
Right.
do. It's coming to a
Well, it's the
theater near
Cowboys.
you. It's going to
Let's
be
say
in
it's the Dallas
40x. It's going to be in 40x. They're going to shoot water at you, and they're going to do all that when they issue that thing. Probably, it's just crazy. Tommy Montoya, how you feeling, brother? I hope all is well with you. This wasn't the first time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl in '92, and they won 2 in the '70s. Yeah,
I know. I was around them too. I met
Me
during
too.
the Jimmy Johnson era.
me too, Yasin. Jaquan White.
I go back to Clint Murkison Jr.
Okay, so you got me
Our
by a little
original
bit.
owner.
How will CeeDee perform after the contract? Most Dallas players, once they get paid. Yeah. Jaquan, I don't think that's an issue with CeeDee Lamb. I don't.
No,
CD
CD,
shouldn't fall off.
yeah, CD gonna be all right. Don't make no reservations to jump off the nearest building near your house. Don't do anything of that nature.
Yeah, and
CD
what do we
gonna be all
mean by most Dallas players don't perform? Zach Martin got his bread. He
right.
performs good every
Hold
year.
hold on, guys. Oh,
What are you doing?
Tennessee quarterback is traded to Green Bay.
Who?
Tennessee's quarterback, the Willis guy, he was traded to Green Bay today.
Okay. Oh, that's a good
No, I
pickup
just-
by them.
No, I just saw a trailer alert pop up on my TV.
What was the? How much you want to
Yeah.
bet it wasn't a 4th round pick?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. What was contract details, if you know? Or shit, maybe I can look. Sorry.
Oh, he was traded. Yeah, Willis was traded for seventh round draft choice,
Wow.
which don't have anything to do with us. So screw it.
7th
Well,
round.
it does have something
Pick it
to
up.
do with you guys. I mean, it has to do with, was the 4th rounder worth it?
I don't know what it
Huh?
was. I'm just breaking stones, Rob, because we gave up a 4th for. I guarantee it wasn't
Right.
a 4th round.
I
That's-
mean,
yeah.
but
we
it's
get-
not like
What's up, Michael Haba?
I'm gonna go
it's
on
not
that
like
as
every
well, too.
4th round draft pick.
We just cut 2 of our draft picks from last year. So what is it?
Which
Yes.
ones did we cut?
We got
I don't know.
Fajoko and who was the other
Eric
guy?
Scott Jr.
Eric Scott Jr. Yeah.
Michael Rizzo, game
Minister.
time. Let me get this real quick. Game time. Very happy the CD's contract is over. Congratulations, CD. Question: does a CD play in the 5th-year option still
Yes.
this year, or the contract start right away? We haven't gotten the details. My guess is, it's going to be whatever's better for the salary cap. You know,
I
what
think it's
I
going
mean?
to start next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I think it extends it. So it's
It's an extension.
Oh,
And
okay,
He's going to
that's
play
even
with his
better.
5th-year option this year, and
yeah.
he
So
starts
we
a new
don't
contract
save
next
any
year.
money right away then
No,
Because-
We could. It depends
A
on
little
Jerry.
bit.
With
on the
signing
structure.
bonus.
Well,
Yeah, I think the
like
signing
what I'm
bonus-
saying is we're already on the hook for 17 this year. So that's my
But somehow we opened up to 40. So obviously something opened because we didn't have 40 before this.
okay. So yeah, stay tuned for the details of the contract. I believe CD will be good with or without Prescott next year. He played 3. Yeah, you remember his Mark Hudson? You remember who his college quarterback was? I have high hopes for Kyler Murray this year. He played with Kyler, so I know
I thought he
Kyler
played
was a
with
bit
Hurts.
upset. Oh
Did he play
God!
with Hurts?
He played with both of them.
Who's that?
He played with both of them.
CeeDee Lamb. He played with Hurts in college.
Yeah, he played with him in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I
When
will
Hurts
say this.
transferred there.
We ain't getting
Yeah.
Bradbury.
I was gonna
Will.
say. I was gonna say. I will say this. I do think Jerry and the organization are gonna let Dak play out. Like, if they're gonna do a contract, it's gonna be after this year. But I really think that they want to see what he does in the playoffs this year.
Leo, don't do that to me, man. There's no way that's happening. Game
Not even
time. There
close.
are some rumblings. Yeah, who's the rumblings? That Bradbury
Leo.
to Dallas, like I said the other day, bro. Dude, you're stirring the gravy. Where's Twiz out? Oh yeah, well Twiz is probably in with
I mean,
Dan's big
game
sills.
time. I was gonna
There's
say.
rumblings. That's your
I was gonna say
that's
if
your backside, Leo.
we, you know,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say if we get to the playoffs, and we're looking good, and
Playoffs.
Dak gets in there, and we lay another egg. What do you do? Do you
Can I-
sign
can I-
back to 60 million? I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you do?
So
Can I just say something
I
about
mean,
last year's
now
playoff?
then we'll be going on year 10.
No, last year's playoff. Can I say something about the defense?
Oh, amen.
Okay, I was just shocked when we started playing zone.
Zone. Yep.
Last year's team played
That's it,
man
right.
to man
Yeah.
90% of the time.
And Joe.
They were playing zone probably 90%.
Brad Harris loves what you're
and
saying.
Jordan
right
Love
now.
struggles against the man coverage. Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
weren't playing
I
man at
don't
all.
believe in conspiracy, but I think the coach
Dan
that
Quinn.
went to Washington, I don't
Dan
want to
Quinn.
mention his name,
Dan Quinn.
sabotage us.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too.
Can I
thought
just
the
say
same
something?
thing,
Play
but
it,
he
just
didn't
say
have
the hell with
play
it.
out.
There's a video on
do
YouTube
it,
recorded
whatever.
by
That's
the great thing about sports.
Washington Commanders fan.
You play
She
to
went to
win.
this game early. He normally starts, he jogs around the stadium, and she ran into Dan Quinn, and he said, "I'm going to be coaching your team next year." And he wasn't even a candidate at that time. He was favored to be the Seattle's next coach. He sabotaged our defense last year. The way he played that game, I watched that first half multiple times, and
I don't know if he would have done that to
Yeah.
those players that he was close to like that.
I
That's
was-
pretty dirty.
uh,
That's
Yeah,
pretty
it is.
dirty.
he
I'm
was
on
probably
the same
promised a
page
job.
with you, Yasin. I agree.
Can I just say
I-
the Washington
that-
Redskins? The
I-
Washington
I-
Redskins
I
coach
agree,
is
but-
big. Is
Well,
a
that's
big.
what
A
I'm
lot of
saying.
those players with him.
One at a
Jason
time.
Garrett, the Clapper did it to Wade Phillips.
Yeah,
Clapper sabotaged the offense on purpose.
Josh Harris, who owns the Washington Commanders, is from the DC area, grew up in the Maryland suburbs, hates the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, he probably told him that's part of the deal because he was not favored to get the Washington job. He was favored to get the Seattle job.
Yeah, you never know. This could be true.
Just go
But
back to
yeah,
that game.
No,
And
the reason why
everybody's-
the reason why I'm saying it couldn't happen is because you have defensive coaches on the coaching staff whose jobs are on the line. So what
Al
are you going
Harris
to do?
wasn't gonna let that happen.
You're going to literally throw the game and you're going to put all these coaches that are underneath you, their families in jeopardy, losing jobs, moving to different cities, all because you want to sabotage the Cowboys. That makes zero sense.
Yeah,
That makes zero
no
sense.
We're a
beyond
man-to-man defense.
Yeah, but way beyond the coaches, the players as well. I mean, the
The
players'
players,
jobs are on
yeah,
the line just as well.
the
They're not going
players
to
who
go out
love
there and,
you. So
and
yeah,
get
I'm
smoked so they
gonna
could get cut.
I'm gonna throw this game
I
and
didn't say
screw
the
my whole
players. I
coaching
said the
staff
defensive
and
coach.
Right, but ultimately
Okay,
the players have
but
to
the
execute on
thing
the field or
is
not.
Dan Quinn has as coaches underneath him. He has players that he's built relationships with. So now he's going to screw all the players, and then he's going to screw all the coaches that he's got relationships with, whose jobs are on the line because he wants to screw Dallas. That doesn't even make any sense.
Why was he
That
playing
that
zone?
would be just the lowest of the low.
That's what he did.
Yeah,
Why
but
was he
to,
playing
but to
zone
say,
against a
Yeah,
quarterback
but
who
to
doesn't
say
play
it's
well
One at a
against
time,
man-to-man?
please.
but to say it's not
Well,
possible, you can't say
Yeah,
it's not
that
possible.
doesn't.
It doesn't have to make sense, dude. It's his next job. He doesn't owe anybody anything. He got all of them their jobs. He brought them all from Atlanta. He don't owe them anything. He owes his family.
Yeah, but it's basically the same thing, and people saying the NFL is rigged. It's
No,
ridiculous.
I said Dan Quinn
Ridiculous.
sabotage our
Well, they
team
bet
last
on it.
year.
So
And see, that's the thing I hate when a team makes the playoffs and they shouldn't be allowed to interview any coaches until the season's over.
I
I
agree.
hate
I
that.
agree with that.
Every time you see it
100%.
on the playoffs,
Totally
so and
agree.
so is going to interview for the head coaching job. It's like,
Yeah.
why? Why can't you just wait until the season's over? It ain't
Yeah,
like
but-
they're going to start tomorrow and they're going to start playing tomorrow.
Loyal, but that's on the owners as well, because the owners have to allow permission for another team to hire to interview their coaches anyway.
Yeah, or else it's illegal.
I seen that crap in
Right.
college football. What's his name?
You're right.
Brian
You're-
Kelly from that when he
And even
he
if
was
the
in
defense,
Cincinnati and he screwed them over and went to Notre Dame and they lost the bowl game. I mean, I hate that crap.
I was
Doc-
going to say, even if the defense threw it, guess what? That doesn't excuse Dak and the garbage offense that was on the field.
yeah, but they did score 30 plus points.
Or DLB. He does have a point. He's
And we
very
couldn't run the
knowledgeable.
ball either. We didn't have very much good push in that middle. So
We were just that
Why-
defense did not even give a cahoot the way they were being
It's
coached. They
what it
looked
felt
they were-
like.
the players looked like they didn't know what was going on. They were all out of
shell
place.
shocked.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
were
what it felt
shocked.
like
Yeah,
completely.
JoJo.
They
I
were
know
just
he
in
played
total
with Kyler.
disbelief and shock. They didn't see that coming. They weren't prepared. They went in there at the big head, said, "Oh yeah, we just got to play Green Bay." They did not see that coming,
Yeah,
and they just
JoJo.
got shell shocked.
Yeah, JoJo.
Yeah,
He did
I
play
agree.
with Kyler for 1 year. He played with Mayfield, Kyler, and Hurts.
he did play with Mayfield too.
Yes, I
know
knew he
what,
did. I
Steve?
knew it wasn't for the whole time. But, let's see. I sent the rumblings to Drew to verify. Yeah, Drew's verifying. All right. Yeah. Game time. Is Leo telling the truth? Dallas sources are saying. You're the source. So
You're the
you
source.
tell me it's all BS.
I woke up in a dream and I'm like,
That's what I know. That's what Drew and Leo want real bad
Yeah,
is us to
come on.
get.
Actually,
They want us
actually,
to have a curse
loyal.
upon
They're
one.
not actually talking shit right now. There is rumblings about
Is there?
them trading to. Yeah,
Oh God.
there is some
God.
rumblings about Bradbury going to Dallas.
Bradbury?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh God.
Whatever.
Leo's killing me. You bring nothing but great news here. Great. So, all right. In what world do we live in? Do you guys get Kellen Moore and we get James Bradbury?
Yeah,
This
how
is like
do we-
backwards. It's
Yeah, how
like
do we
ass
blow a
backwards.
corner? Yeah, I don't understand that. That makes no sense.
Well, hey.
Well, that's why we haven't cut him yet, is because we're trying to find a
yeah,
suitable
well,
trade
that's
partner.
the one
and then
thing
with-
you got to know.
Yeah.
You have a GM who actually tries to think on his feet, where we have a GM where he didn't know who the hell DeAndre Swift was during the draft. Remember that 2 years ago? They were on the clock and they called and said, "Would you guys be interested in DeAndre Swift?" And he was like, "Oh,
Steven messed that up.
yeah." He had no
Steven
clue.
messed that up.
And then he went and signed with the Eagles, or whatever. Something
Traded
happened
with
with
the
the
Eagles?
Eagles
Yeah.
traded with the Eagles. Yep. They
Went
were
to
on the
the
phone with
Eagles.
Dallas, and he didn't even talk to anybody within the organization. Think about that. He didn't
Yeah,
even go to
Steve-
McClay and go, "What do you think? What's the value of this kid?"
Steven done messed that up. All he had to do was stay on the phone for about 10 more seconds after that, and we would have
I
had
mean, I'm
Swift.
not saying I want Swift, but that just it shows the
I was thinking
dysfunction
Swift. I like
of the front
Swift's
office.
legit. I would have won Swift if I was a Cowboy.
yeah,
I wanted
I'm
him
not
this next
saying-
year. I wanted him this year.
I'm
too.
not saying yes or no. I'm just saying that just gives you a glimpse of the dysfunction that's going on within the
Yeah,
hierarchy.
I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
no, I heard that too. I heard
Yeah.
that they called
What's up,
Dallas
Flip
on
Shelton?
that. That's when they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, and they were shopping
Yes.
Swift.
And Eagles were
Because-
smart enough to go out and get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when they called us, all Steven had to say was talk to me.
Talk to me.
All he had to say was talk to me, but instead, this dumbass say, call me back later.
It was like Swift. Who's Swift?
Got him.
Yeah, and he sat on it like a punk kid. He didn't want to hand his report card to his parents. He just kind of held it. And just kept his mouth shut. It is what it is. Swift was a great move. I was sad to see him go. Well,
It was a great move.
what you're hearing now, Mouse, which we know, but again, just like John Stevens for us, the second-year tight end who's probably going to make the team. He doesn't block well, but kind of like who was the tight end, Rob, for the Eagles? He went to Arizona, and now he's with
Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz?
Zach Ertz. Yeah, Zach Ertz.
Ertz.
Zach Ertz wasn't a great blocker, but he was like that extra receiver, Again, he got a rap as not being a great blocker, DeAndre Swift, whereas Barkley is a much better blocker, for pass pro, and that's a fact. But you're paying for it. That's the difference. So I like Swift. We'll see what he does with. I think he went to. Who did he go with? Chicago.
Arizona.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
He's in Chicago.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a starting tailback too.
That's a good.
I am picking the Bears to make the playoffs, by the way.
I mean, Eagles got the more talented guy.
But we paid a hell of a lot of money for that talent.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, see, I would have re-signed Swift and then went out and got Queen.
Yeah, that's where
what
I
I
was
would've done.
going. And I know, listen, I can't tell you how many moves we screwed up because that's what we seem to do these days. We let good talent go. We let Amari Cooper go. Leave for what, a fifth? So it's just everything's ass backwards with the Cowboys. But I would have liked to. I understand Reddick's a head case. So was Charles Haley, and without Charles Haley, we wouldn't have won a Super Bowl. Reddick's a head case, but he's an awesome football player. These Eagle fans would get me, and I would be. Twiz was good for it because he had the numbers to verify. Listen, I think most people would take Micah Parsons over Hassan Reddick, but Reddick's numbers over a 2-year period with the Eagles were friggin' phenomenal. So it's kind of like I understand.
Is he still holding out with the Jets?
Yeah. Yes, he is. And listen, I get it. I don't know that I would pay him at 29 either. I think he's being mismanaged by his agent big time. But I'm just saying, if like Rob's saying, I don't know if he's including him, but I would have rather have had Swift. You find a way to bring back Reddick and go out and get another linebacker. That way you don't put so much pressure on the young guys. I think Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is going to be good. I think that, but I don't want Jeremiah Trotter Jr. to be thrust into a job when he's not quite ready. I think it would have been good to have him next to a veteran is what I'm trying to say. So, now you got him and Nakobe Dean. We'll see. I mean, it looks better now than it did. I will say that for the Eagles. So, my opinion, coming from a Cowboy fan. Ward family, welcome. What's going on, brother? How are you? Ready for the big Cowboy trip? Hopefully, Wade's hounding Mark about those the tickets. So, stay tuned, everybody. Hopefully, we can get ourselves a group, a ticket or a suite. That would be even better. So stay tuned, everybody. Mark's supposedly trying to figure it out. But yes. Brad, bring it. Oh God, here we go. Slow down, baby. Slow down, Brad. We see them legs back, hold up. He was injured from the college too. I don't know what that means, Curtis. Don't know. But so what's up? What's up, Cody Show? What are you up to, bro?
Oh well, I'm just glad everything is done with CeeDee Lamb and we can move forward. But
it's never done, bro. It's never done. We got one out of the way, and now my mind goes right to, okay, what are you doing with Dak? At least come out and say we're not negotiating. We're done, right?
I'm thinking they're gonna sign him too.
I mean, that's fine. Or come out and say we're still working. Don't say nothing, because then, I'd rather you say we're done talking. He's going to be a free agent, or we'll try. But that's just me. I know. I like everything to fit in a nice, neat little box.
Kind of makes me wonder if that would be a 4-year deal that Dak would possibly get.
Well, we got to think about that, right? Because the whole sticking point with the Dak Prescott contract is the Dallas wants some sort of out, right? Which means trade as well, right? That means no trade clause. Rob, am I wrong? If you're sitting from outside looking in saying Dallas is trying to find some sort of escape hatch after a couple of years, don't you think it's like smart business to work on? And what are they talking about, you think?
No, absolutely. I think that, this time around, Dak got one over on him. It was all on Dak's terms. The money, the no trade clause, everything was on Dak. There's no leverage for the Cowboys at this point.
No.
So if they're interested in re-signing him, they can't go with the similar deal that they did now. I'm not talking money-wise. Money's going to be quite a bit more for sure. I could see him signing anywhere from 57 to 60 a year, most of it guaranteed. But that no trade clause can't be in the contract. They need that out, especially to Walker's point. If there's a couple more years of early playoff exits, I could see them, moving him after a year or two if same situation happens again in the playoffs.
Yeah, like if the Cowboys are good this year, and Dak chokes it up in the playoffs, in the wild card round, I'm sorry, how do you give him $60 million? Ow.
Right. Yeah, so I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
If I'm Jerry,
moving forward.
Yeah, if I'm Jerry and Steven, I'm telling Dak, Dak, we love you, but Dak, I can't pay you $60 million. You choke it up in the playoffs.
Dak doesn't need anybody from Jerry because he'll get $65 million from the Raiders. There's 10 teams who will sign Dak Prescott.
Sure, of course.
If Jerry waits, I'll tell you, Dak has an ego too.
Yes.
Dak will leave, by the way, and he would leave. And Jerry, by the way, they have to sign Dak by March 15th because there's a $40 million tag on next year's cap.
Next year, March 14th.
March
14th. He'd probably play the whole year, and they'll probably try to do a deal or something after the season, and be like it's on you.
If you want, this league is about quarterback play. If you don't have a quarterback play, get ready for 7 and 11 or whatever, the 7 and 10 seasons or back to those.
I agree with that. I turned it up.
Let's go back to those 5 and 11 seasons with Dave Campo. I was around then, okay? And the only reason we signed Bill Parcells, why Jerry signed Bill Parcells, because the folks at Dallas Fort Worth told him we are not going to build you a stadium. Okay, he got the biggest name out there.
The people of Dallas Fort Worth told him they weren't going to. I live here in Dallas. The reason why they didn't build them a stadium is because the city of Dallas didn't want to put anything in on the stadium. They wanted Jerry to basically front everything.
Yeah,
but
how did that all turn out?
He hired
anyway?
Bill Parcells, and within a year, He got a bidding war between Dallas and Arlington, and he got a stadium.
Did he put anything up himself, Yassine?
He did. He did put some money up, but he
It
needed
wasn't.
some.
Yeah. I had to go back, Rob, and look at
That's
those
the only
numbers.
Jerry's very smart, by the way. And remember, the only reason he signed T.O. was he wanted Parcells to resign.
Can everybody hear me? Because Cowboys.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
we can hear you,
Jerry
brother. We
Jerry
can hear
did
you.
not want
Okay.
Parcells to resign.
just
Parcells
bumped it up.
resigned because he got tired. He's burned out.
Remember, Parcells was not
true.
okay with the T.O. deal.
That's not true.
Yes,
Parcells was not okay
yes,
with
he
the
was
TO
not
deal.
okay. But Parcells, if you watch his documentary, he says at the end, "No, Jerry didn't push me out. I got tired. I couldn't do it no more."
His ego's
That's why
not
he
gonna
never
let him
came back to
say-
the league.
No, he said he
He's-
thought about it on the plane ride back to Dallas. He's like, man, do I want to go through another season?
Yeah,
of
do
doing
I
this
want to
all
go
over
through
again?
OTAs? Do I want to go through the draft? Do I want to go through this all over again? He said I couldn't do it.
Leo
So-
says either pay for the premium for a quality QB or start over and develop a guy. I think there's a way to do both, and that's just what I was looking for, which is why I asked Rob about the escape clause. What are some of the ways that they could do an escape clause? And listen, if anybody has any other, anything else that I'm missing, escape clause to me is it ain't after 2 years they could cut them. No, it's how they structure the deal, not having a no trade clause. If Dak says he wants a no trade and the Dallas says no, isn't there like you guys
is
can't
gonna
meet
be
in the
a-
middle and say, can we have a list of teams that you would be willing to go with? I turned it up, Mouse, so hopefully it doesn't distort my voice, but I
Brian?
did turn it up.
Ryan, I can
Yeah.
guarantee you the new deal will have a clause where the Cowboys can trade
Yep.
Dak Prescott. for
What
the
do
new
you
No, they
contract.
can't. They can't give him that leverage.
No,
No,
you will
that
never
can't
get
give
that
him-
leverage.
can't.
Nobody gets that leverage. The only reason he got that leverage was, and he was already franchised twice, and they couldn't franchise him a third time because you have to pay him around $18 million, so that makes him an unrestricted free agent.
That's why I'm saying go ahead and sign Dak, right? Whatever it is, not ridiculous. Listen, everybody needs to understand, and I think I'm right, Rob. I don't know. Just let me know if you think I'm wrong here. But before the season, you're going to save money. Once the season starts and you're forcing Dak to play and put his body at risk, then it becomes more expensive. You will get a slight discount now. I mean, you will. You can only bet on yourself so much, Dak.
You'll get a
You'd be
big
fool.
discount.
You'll get a discount if you sign him now rather than waiting till after the season, because now it's, hey, listen, like they did before. Remember, they had to give him the no trade. I would say, Dak, okay, come up. Like, we'll give you a list of 10 teams. That's fair, I think. It's not a
agree.
full no trade. Maybe give him a list of teams. He'll take
I
a
believe
little
Dak will
less
take
now.
57 million, Brian. I assure you.
That's
If you
what
give
I'm
him a
thinking.
good contract, he will take
57,
57,
58.
56, 57. He will take
That'll
it today.
save a lot of money, people.
But
People
come
don't realize.
December, he won't even talk with the Cowboys.
And I wouldn't either.
No.
His agent was like, hey, listen, we're literally January, February, March. We're 3 months away from you hitting the lottery, and now it's F Dallas. I don't want them to re-sign Dak at that point. I understand what, if people are saying, why would you say that? Because it might cost you 60. You ain't getting any kind of discount then. Now you're really blowing everything up. Rob, am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right.
You know
Either
what I
you make
mean?
the deal now
Or
and
don't
make
do
it, or don't do it.
I
That's
think
kinda
I
how
think
I
the
look at it.
quarterback market's a little too inflated right now,
Me
Brian.
too.
I don't agree with one player. And Stephen A. Smith said that today. He had a good point. And I've always said this: one player should not take up damn near 25% of your cap. Period. It's hurting a lot of
Unsustainable.
other positions that are very key and critical on your team. That we can't sign, like building a defense. Like, all of our money is literally going to a wide receiver and a quarterback, and fuck our defense. Like, dude, come on now.
The Eagles,
And that's been Dallas's problem. That's been
Eagles-
Dallas's problem. We
the Eagles
never
are paying
have a
people.
defense when it matters.
The Eagles have a good defense. They're paying people. They're paying their offensive line. They're paying their quarterback. They're paying 2 wide receivers. Why don't we be like the Eagles? Okay, instead of
Because Jerry
You
and
don't have a
Cowboy don't want to do it
GM. You
that way.
don't have a GM like Howie Roseman.
no, he doesn't have Howie Roseman.
Well, not only that, you guys got
What's
a
up,
lot to
Jacob?
deal with in the next 3 to 4 years anyway with those contracts.
We
You
know
know,
that.
But I can guarantee
Jerry
you
and
he'll
Steve
restructure
stuck in
and
their
push
way.
them out further.
Rob,
Where I don't think we're going to go into cap hell. I just think that Howie knows how to manipulate
yeah.
contracts.
I'm just saying Jerry and Steven have their way, and then your guy has his way, and that's the way it is all around the league.
Rob, can I ask you a quick
Right.
question
Everybody's
sir.
got their way of doing
about the
things.
Eagles?
Yes.
Julian Laurie is not part of the organization, huh? He's owner's son?
Yeah.
That surprised me because Jeffrey Laurie is one of the best owners, but I know they said he's in charge of strategy.
Well, yeah, he's part of business and football operations strategy. Julian is. So he has his foot in the door as far as being part of the organization, but it's still Laurie just letting Howie do Howie things. He's still the GM. He's still gonna continue to do what they do. To Chris's point, in a year or two, our contracts are going to start to inflate, or our cap isn't going to look where we could shop like how we do now. But at that point, I still really think that how we will restructure, manipulate the contracts, push them out further, and stay aggressive and continue to do Howie things.
I'll tell you something Howie knows about that Jerry doesn't know about, because the commissioner of the NFL said a few years ago that NFL revenue will be going up to $27 billion by 2027. That's almost 1/3 that the current revenue.
We just need to get rid of the salary cap. I hate the salary cap league.
Me too.
I do too. It's just ridiculous.
If you get rid of the salary cap, Wade, I honestly think the Cowboys are going to be like the Steinbrenner of New York as far as baseball goes, where you guys are the most valuable team. You'll have the money.
Yeah, but look at it.
There's some other teams that could pump out some cash. 49ers, Patriots. I mean, there's some teams that can.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. But I mean, I could
Kansas City.
I could see the Joneses get aggressive at that point if there's no cap involved, just to bring back some chips.
They're just saying basketball and baseball don't have this.
Well, actually, basketball does. You have to pay a luxury tax if you go over. Yeah.
Yeah, but baseball doesn't have a salary cap.
No,
I mean, but the same
all.
team isn't winning every year. I mean.
Yeah. To your point, Wade, as far as taking up 25% of the salary cap, the only team that could really do that and justify it is the Chiefs, because they could work with lesser talent because they have Mahomes, and they still don't even do it. So Mahomes isn't even taking up 25% of the cap. But if he did, I would still respect them doing it, because he's that X factor who could get their team over the top, regardless of how good the talent is around him. That's the only team that could really pull that off, and they're not even doing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind paying.
He's a special talent.
Yeah, he's a very special talent.
Yeah,
That's the thing, is like Patrick Mahomes comes to the table and says, I want $60 million. I'm forking out the checkbook immediately. Dak comes to the table and says, I want $60 million. I'm hesitant.
Right.
Okay, let's get ready for 5 and 11 seasons then.
I don't think we'll go 5 and 11 Cooper Rush. I think we'll win more than 5 games.
I honestly still think you're a wild card playoff team with Cooper Rush. You'll have that money to put into your defense. You'll be able to get you a good running back. You could, either trade up or draft a good second wide receiver as opposed to Cooks. We'll see what the Jalen's bring, but I don't think Dak's gonna
that's what I'm saying. Like, if the Buccaneers could lose Tom Brady and get Baker Mayfield, go to the wild card round and beat the Eagles, you're telling me the Cowboys lose Dak and we get Cooper Rush, we're not going to be able to do the same thing? I guarantee we get at least get a wild card.
The Bucs have a much better defense than we do.
I mean, it's a different role you're looking at. He's going to have an expectation on his shoulders. It's not the same. When he go in behind Dak, the expectation is not on him like that. He could perform at the level of the level that he's on. He could perform well. He ain't gonna perform the same when he's the man.
When all the pressure.
Dak isn't either. You give you pay Dak the bag.
You can't say
expectations came up higher,
Dak
and he still won it done in the playoffs.
I'm not trying to hold up Dak, but you can't say Dak don't perform.
He don't perform in the playoffs. He don't perform in the playoffs.
How everybody just keep on pushing on Dak like he's the only player on the team.
No,
Just
I'm not
keep it
saying
up.
that.
Look.
But what I am saying
Kill
though is
the
that
noise, man.
it was
We
a
just
it
wanna
was
go
a
forward.
team
We want to go
loss
forward.
against Green Bay, but
We
you
wanna
can't
go
tell me that San
forward.
Francisco loss in
We
the
wanna go
playoffs wasn't on
forward.
Dak.
Just kill the noise. We want
Hold
to
on.
go forward. We
Hold
want
on.
to go forward.
One at a time, please.
Hold
Thanks,
on.
everybody.
I'm gonna say what Nate
Kill the
Newton
noise.
said. I'm gonna say what a 3-time Super Bowl champion Nate Newton said. My quarterback in year 8, when we're getting rocked in the playoffs, and you're the man, you should not be on that sidelines in year 8 looking like a deer in the headlights. You should be out
Absolutely.
there slinging it
Hey,
all over the
game time. I
place,
got to drop for
putting
a
up
minute. I'll be back
points.
here in a minute.
All right, brother.
I'm sorry, I listened to a
Everybody-
3-time Super Bowl
every-
champion
everybody
who's seen
is-
the.
Everybody is entitled to what they feel and what they think. I mean, it's just the
I'm-
way it
Well,
is. But
Yeah, and
I'll
that's what's
listen to the
nice.
man that's been around greatness. I'll listen to a man that's been around greatness like Nate Newton that says
Well,
that's alarming.
I
That's not
guarantee
good.
you, I guarantee you, he's not saying get rid of that.
No, he didn't say that. He did not.
I guarantee
He
you
made
that.
the statement, Wade is right, but he also, just
Okay.
like they take things out of context too, because I was listening to the Charles Haley interview where they asked him, it's on 105.3 The Fan. I think it was, I don't know if it was G-Bag or the Morning Guys, but it was the morning, I think it was RJ Choppy. So they asked him about his comments regarding Dak, and he said, yeah, no, I was taken out of context. Dak Prescott is the guy for this team. Dak Prescott needs to be, and so again, we don't know exactly. I understand what Nate Newton's saying, but also I would tell you, Wade, that Charles Haley also came out and said that Dak is a winner and needs to be.
Look, I
know.
think Dak is a good quarterback, Brian, but me and you both know
No, yeah,
Dak
I
is
know.
going
I'm
into he's going into year 9, folks. He has to win
I agree with that.
more than one playoff game in 1 year. He has to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Golly, if we're here 4 years from now and Dak still ain't won multiple playoff games, are y'all still going to be saying sign him
Well,
to
he'll
another
be-
big
he'll be
contract?
34.
I've been
so-
supporting this team for a long time.
He'll be
and
in age.
I can tell you every playoff game they've played, and during the Romo years, I'm a big Tony Romo fan, by the way, too. Okay, Tony Romo won 2 playoff games, and I'm going to tell you the 2 games he won. One was against the Philadelphia Eagles, and if the Eagles played
Air guitar.
Michael Vick in that game, they would have beaten us, but they played McNabb. The second game he won was against Detroit, where we got a nice call by the referee, an interference call that Detroit scored a touchdown. So, and nobody had any hard-ons on Tony Romo when he was embarrassing himself in the playoffs, especially going to Cabo instead of preparing himself for a playoff game.
One of my favorite, the Seattle.
Okay,
fumble
hold
snap.
on. That 2007 playoff game, I don't care if Romo went to Cabo or not. Patrick
He beat
Creighton catches
Seattle
that
too, right?
slant. We're winning that game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why you not
I
going to
mean,
blame it
damn.
on Romo?
If,
Two
if,
Why
plays
if,
are you
if,
not
if
blaming
the
Romo for
defense,
not moving the ball? He didn't even move the ball.
hold on. If the defense doesn't give up that stupid curl route to Plexico Burst before halftime, where they scored that touchdown in like less than 20 seconds, maybe we win that game. It's not on Romo.
It was on Romo
Hell
because
no.
the team was averaging 34 points during the season, and we didn't score 20 points. We couldn't even score 20 points. Come
I
on.
see what it is. I see what
Oh
this
my
is.
God. Go back and watch that game.
No,
That was
okay.
not on Romo.
You're making an excuse for Romo, but you're killing Dak. Come on, dude.
Wow,
Stick up
shots
that shit.
fired.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm a
hold
Cowboy
on,
fan going
hold
back
on,
to the
hold on,
1970s.
hold
Tony
on,
Romo
hold on.
embarrassed himself in the postseason, man. Embarrassed himself.
okay, Brian, your opinion. 07 playoffs. Was Romo the problem in that game?
I don't believe he was. No.
And 2 years ago in San Francisco, what was the difference in that game?
We had 2 receivers who were in bad position. Okay,
The
I can go back on
49ers
that.
quarterback threw no picks. Our quarterback threw 2 picks and cost us points.
Tony Romo was an embarrassment in the playoff. How about the game?
And I'm not even saying Tony Romo's the greatest. I'm not even saying I
He's
love
not.
Tony Romo. I'm
Tony-
defending Romo
a lot
in
of Tony,
07.
a lot of you guys say Tony Romo, if he played in that 2016 playoff game, he would have taken us to the Super Bowl. Why did he take us to the Super Bowl the previous 10 years he was our starting quarterback? Come on.
Well, both of them threw interceptions in those
Well-
playoff games, and as everybody knows, your winning percentage goes down with the amount of turnovers you have, interceptions, fumbles,
Interceptions,
etc.
yes.
Romo
You
didn't
know.
throw a pick in that 07 playoff game till like the last play of the game.
Oh
That
yeah,
cost
I
us
know.
the game.
I'm just saying.
That was
you
the
know.
game-winning drive.
Yeah, so here I'm gonna fall back on it. It was a tight game. Your defense, you cannot give up a touchdown, a 20-second
seconds.
touchdown before halftime. We would have gone up 21-7. It's
We
the
blew-
same thing in 2014. It's the same thing in 2014. When we kicked the ball off, when we were up 14-7, we kicked the ball off to the Packers. They fumbled the kickoff return. We recovered it. They stripped it back. If we recover that ball, we're going up 21-7. There's a lot of things that happen that weren't on Romo.
No,
Just like if Patrick
that
Creighton
game was.
catches the
I
ball.
don't blame Tony Romo for the Green Bay loss. Okay, what was the running back we had from Oklahoma who went to Philadelphia? What was his name?
DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray. DeMarco.
Murray.
While we were in a good shape in that game, DeMarco Murray fumbled the ball.
Yeah,
fumble
that would have been
cost us the
probably
game.
a
And
60-yard
would have
run.
scored on that play if you think
That'd have been a
about it.
60-yard run.
Okay, but I'm
60
talking.
yards.
I go. Go ahead.
Because I'm saying DeMarco Murray should have had 200 yards that day.
He got himself a big contract with the Birds.
By the way, in 07, we blew
That
out
didn't
the
work out
Giants
so well.
twice during the regular season. Blowouts.
Yeah, and
But we took that game for granted.
The Giants
We did.
caught lightning in a bottle. They beat the undefeated Patriots. Who beat the shit out of us?
I believe we would
by
have
the
beaten the Patriots. The talent that we had on that team would have beaten the Patriots in a postseason game. And
All
But
I'm
hey,
saying
that's-
is look, we're in year 9 with Dak. Okay, we give him the $60 million a year in 4 years, whatever 4-year contract. Okay, in another 4 years, if Dak still hasn't won 2 playoff games in a season, what is everyone going to say? Sign him, or do you want to be like Dave Campo? Is that what y'all are going to say?
I want to say something quick. The last time the Cowboys were in an NFC Championship game, Dak Prescott was 2 years old. Okay, this shit has been going on way before Dak.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You need luck. You need
Way
luck
before
to
Dak.
win in the playoffs.
Some of
gotta
you
have
are
luck.
blaming Dak Prescott for things that were going back since
Well,
he was 2
listen.
years old.
Yassine, this
I'm
is
not
what
blaming
happens.
Dak for that.
This is what happens, Yassine. It's frustration across the board, and he's the scapegoat because he's the quarterback, right?
I point the finger at Jerry Jones.
Well,
That's who I point the
and
finger at.
again, it doesn't matter what I say or what
Jerry
I do.
has
Yass-
assembled some solid teams, Brian. Am I right?
yeah, he has.
Like, can we
He
stop
has.
acting like
But
Jerry
it
has
doesn't
put
matter what I
shit
say,
on the field?
Yassine. It's gonna be somebody's gonna be mad at my. It's just the way it is being in this business. It seems like when I say Jerry, I get all the old heads saying, how dare you? Listen, again, I love Jerry. I love Romo.
I can't stand Jerry Jones.
Well, I love
Jerry's
Jerry
a problem.
because
I can't stand him either, but
I've never respected Jerry Jones from day one, going back to September,
Well, I
February
remember
25,
what he did to
1989.
Tom Landry, but he also, I remember loving.
And he fired Jimmy Johnson, a great coach.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. Yassine, in my opinion, after he won the 3 Super Bowls with Jimmy Johnson's guys, he changed because then his goals became, okay, I've got on the field success. Now it's time to get off the field success.
I've watched so much stuff on that. I don't know what to believe anymore on that.
But you know what I mean? He focused on being the $1 billion business.
The reason why we didn't
now.
see Jerry, the reason why we didn't see Jerry those few years is because Jerry was so far in debt. He had no time to focus on the team. That's why
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy was able to assemble everything and do what he wanted to do, and it was in his contract.
Right.
You're right about
Jimmy,
that.
what Jimmy
remember the
and
quote-
Jerry had issues with, Jimmy didn't want that, his owner doing that shit. Jerry wanted to be more involved, and Jimmy just wanted him to step aside. But there was never like a Jerry firing Jimmy. I think they both just were like, yeah,
You're
no,
right
we're
about
done
that.
here. Like, we ain't doing this no more. It was like a mutual.
This
you
is
know,
this
decision.
I
quote,
always have respect for
Brian-
Jerry, though, Yassine. I
Brian.
don't
This
like
quote,
him, but I'll have respect for him.
Brian. This quote from Jerry Jones still hurts me. By the way, okay.
Go ahead, let me
he
hear it.
said there are 500 coaches in America who can do what Jimmy
yes.
Johnson did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
500
retarded.
coaches in America who can do what Jimmy Johnson did. Okay, if Jimmy Johnson was our coach, I can guarantee you we would have won 5
But
straight Super Bowls.
Yasin, I've done videos ripping
Probably.
Jerry because he was out running and gunning. And you say, listen, I'm not, again, I get in trouble when I say this, but he has an I'm not trying to be mean, but he has an illegitimate child that he doesn't want to be a part of his life, and he's given her money yet for the second time. Listen, I understand. As a man, I could understand certain things, right? But you put yourself in that situation, bro. And this was all going in when he thought he was on top of the world, Yasin. So I agree with you. He's done a lot. I have an issue
I
with
will
Jerry.
defend Jerry though in
Go
that
ahead.
whole 1 in 500 coaches. I will defend him.
Uh-oh, here
Jimmy
we go.
Johnson like literally embarrassed the shit out of him at a party before he said, I mean, embarrassed the shit. I don't know what Jimmy said, but it was bad. It embarrassed the shit out of him. And that's when he went to the news the next day of the reporters and said, I could find any one of 500 coaches to coach this team. They were taking shots at one another. But Jimmy's the one that took the first shot on that one.
Well,
So
we-
it was like Jerry said that in response to Jimmy, like embarrassing the shit out of him.
we supposed to be celebrating CeeDee Lamb's contract, going forward, looking at the Cowboys.
I ain't celebrating
together.
nothing until we win a Super Bowl.
Oh,
There ain't no
man.
celebrating. There
Come
ain't no
on, man.
celebrating.
We gotta have a little celebration in there
We're not
somewhere.
a couple hours, Wade. Just a couple
No.
hours.
I
Oh,
mean,
Jerry.
call me when we win a Super Bowl, then I'll celebrate.
When it comes
We
to
can-
Jerry, this
I
is all I
dig
gotta
it. I
say.
dig it. I dig it.
Cody, I'm celebrating. I'm happy, just a little bit. We knew this was happening, Cody. This wasn't a listen. Everybody in America and across the pond, everybody knew this deal was going to happen. That's why it all goes back to Dak, because it's like, what Again, I can't run away from it. It all goes back to Dak. I'm sorry, people. That's just the facts. But yeah, I agree. I'm very happy. Let's kind of dial it back to CeeDee's in the fold. What do you think about Ryan Flournoy, Yasin? What do you think about him making the team? You think he's going to make the team?
I think he has a shot at being the number 5.
I like the kid. He's caught, it's like we've had a lot of guys like Tyrone Billy Johnson, who I think will be on a practice squad. I do think so, unless he says, F you, I'm out, and he goes and plays for somebody else. I think he'll be on a practice squad. I'll be curious to see what they do with Jalen Moreno-Cropper. I don't think he makes it. I think they keep Flournoy. Jalen Moreno hasn't popped in games like he has in practice, whereas Flournoy, that's all he's doing in games is making plays. He just gets touchdowns. So, I'm excited about him. Actually, I am. Shout out for tonight. I do my schedule prediction. Lead commander is probably not going to like me. He gave me a shout out. I do my Washington Commanders schedule prediction tonight at 8:00. So stay tuned, everybody. That should be a blast. I hope Flournoy makes the team. He balled out. Tommy, I think he will. He's a draft pick, so you know how that works, Tommy. You know how that works. So Cody, what do you got going on? Anything, man? What are you working on, bro? I know you're working on something.
Well, I already put a video out, for CeeDee and looking towards Dak getting signed next, even though nobody wanna agree. But I'm just
You do remember I told Mark, I said, wouldn't it be cool if they signed Dak and extended it all the coaches before the season? That would be like, oh my God, we're going in, But I'll hold my breath on that. But
I am hoping and praying like Dak ascends to another level. Trust me. It's not that I want Dak to fail. I want Dak to literally turn into Joe Montana. Trust me.
Man, that's the best thing.
I want it to happen.
You.
Wow, I like it.
I mean, I literally want him to come out. I literally want him to be Joe Montana this season.
Oh,
Just
Montana.
clutch.
I thought it was Montana. Okay.
No, we're gonna go Montana.
Well, I'm thinking.
That's Trey Lance is Joe Montana.
I'm thinking
Cowboys Lakers Nation. It's for channel members. So if you want to be a channel member, hit that join button.
I'm thinking he's gonna ball out, Wade, because he coming on his second year with Mike McCarthy's offense, and I mean, you scored 36 touchdowns
It's good,
in one
Marcus.
season. You know, I don't see why he wouldn't do better this year.
I'm
What
worried that
I'm
we might lose
looking
Mike
for,
McCarthy, man.
you know, what I'm looking for as a team though,
Dustin.
is that we got some obstacles we got to get over. That 49er obstacle coming our way within the first 2 months of the season, we have to slay that dragon. We have to.
I agree.
Exactly.
I
We
agree
gotta
with that.
slay 'em.
Walker Wade, can I just say something? This year, at least, we have a coach who plays well against Shanahan's offense. Coach Zims, he's always played well against Shanahan's offense. He matches well.
Yes, that again. Again,
Mike
you
Zimmer.
know.
I
Mike
love Mike
Zimmer.
Zimmer. I always like Mike Zimmer.
Mike Zimmer is a real deal, people.
Yeah. He's
got a Super Bowl ring with the
That goes back
Cowboys.
to the past, man. He's had to face those kind of defenses in Dallas for a while when that San Francisco
Wade.
tree of coaches started branching
Well,
out. So
Yassine.
Yeah,
No,
but
I'm
a
not
lot
talking
of
about that. I'm talking
coaches-
about when he was in Minnesota and Cincinnati, when he coached against Shanahan. That's what I'm talking about.
Yassine.
Oh yeah, I get that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying
Wade.
he's used to seeing West Coast offenses anyway.
He's coached well against them, and
Romo,
You know, he
the
had
only
Denny Green in
QB to
Minnesota
win
kinda
Seattle
doing
when they
his
had
thing.
Legion of Boom. Yeah, see, Clemente, nobody gives Dallas any credit for winning that game. I don't think Wade gives them much credit. But
what game?
home against
For what?
Seattle. Well, do you remember the drive where
Oh
Dak,
yeah, when he beat
you were probably
Russell
there.
and Seahawks, yeah.
He basically had
That
a
was a
run
good game,
through
by the way,
Bobby
yeah.
Wagner on that fourth down to get that.
Yes.
You know, that was huge. Again, that's not fair. Now, listen, to Wade's, I know what Wade's saying. He wants to see multiple wins in a given year. You know what I mean? Because, again, that's what it's about, getting to
I gotta
Super
see
Bowl.
my
I
quarterback
know.
get in that. I gotta see him like
I'm not gonna
ascend.
blame last year
I
on
have
him.
to see him sling the rock like Brady and Mahomes all over the place in the playoffs. I gotta see it.
But I
He
gotta
has
see
to.
my team be efficient on all phases of the
All
game.
phases, including special
Because
teams.
that's our
yeah.
problem half
Mhm.
the time. We either can't run the ball,
Hey,
but we pass
Ginger,
it.
how are you? Oh,
Can't
Ginger
stop the run, but we
remembers.
can stop
I
the
agree with that.
pass.
Ginger
You
Rogers
know, it's one or
remembers
the
because she's
other.
a Seattle fan. She also remembers when Tony Romo dropped the extra point, right, Ginger? You were probably hammered that night, Ginger. You were probably
What's
so
going
excited.
on?
You called out of work the next day, didn't you, Ginger?
I punched
I
the
didn't see that
TV.
coming. That was crazy.
Only Cowboys fans, Rob. We have some.
Ruined
Now,
my day at school the next
oh
day.
my God, oh my Lord, that was a rough one. I mean, it's like, oh my God, that literally put Bill Parcells into retirement. He's like, I
Yeah.
can't take this anymore. He said, I don't have the stomach
Yeah,
for it.
but if you remember, that was here when Bill Parcells retired.
Oh, that year we were
Cardinals.
supposed to win the division that year, the Parcells last year, and T.O. dropped a easy touchdown against Washington, and
That's
the
crazy,
Cowboys were so-
Clemente.
remember we played the Eagles the day after Christmas on Monday afternoon.
Oh yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
and
yes.
Andy Reid, the Eagles had a slow start that year, and they came out of nowhere, man. They won the division.
I
and
thought you were
that's-
talking about the pickle juice game.
the 06 Eagles.
That last game at Texas Stadium against Baltimore made my
Oh,
stomach
that's an
hurt.
embarrassment.
You know, a lot of people don't
couldn't
know they were
believe we
supposed
ended
to
on
build
that.
the new stadium next to the old Texas Stadium.
Yes.
There's a big freight dock there that they were trying to buy from Central Freight Lines. It's huge plot of land there, but they didn't want to sell it. But that company went out of business a couple years ago, so
Maybe they should.
that land literally is empty there still. Right now, it's empty.
Wait, in my opinion, that's a better spot than the current spot. Arlington is
Oh,
one
yeah.
of my least
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
places in Dallas
Yeah.
Fort Worth. I'm not a fan
Yep.
of Arlington.
They could literally build a new stadium over there in that land. It's literally empty.
Now, wait, am I right in assuming that the old Valley Ranch is literally just a couple miles down the road from the old stadium?
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Coppell.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
right. It's
yeah.
not far.
Yeah. You know,
It's in
that
the
was-
middle of a neighborhood. It's weird. It's literally like you walk outside your front lawn and there's Dallas Cowboys training facility. Oh,
Yeah. Yes, I
let me
hear
go
you.
get the mail, and see the Cowboys walking in there, the building.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool as hell, dude.
Real quick, Ginger says a Seattle Seahawks fan. Ginger, I think that division is going to be so competitive I think you guys are going to beat up on each other, and I think that Seattle is in the mix. I don't think they're going to win a division, but I think I don't think Niners are. I think that
I think the Rams.
I'm picking the Rams.
Rams, and I think
I think the
Seattle,
Rams
and I think Arizona
I think the Niners are going to.
live
I think-
wires.
I think the Niners
What's
are
up,
going to
Vin?
have a
Like
tough
the
season
Rams
this
in
year.
that division.
Yeah, their division. our
Sounds like
division is gonna be fun
Lambeau
to watch.
South. What's up, Sledhead? Yeah,
They
every
pretty
time.
much fall
Oh,
back.
Sled, you off today? Wait, oh no.
South
Oh
and
yeah,
North
you're
are
out
kinda
doing
weak.
honeydew. It looks like.
You know, what's cool about Valley Ranch is all the streets in the neighborhood are named after like Dallas Cowboys. Tony Dorsett Lane, Roger Staubach Boulevard,
Oh, that's awesome.
Bob Lilly Drive.
Yeah, 49ers suffer from the Super Bowl hangover. They fall back this year.
So wait, let me guess. You don't think that Dak would be in a Super Bowl and look into the crowds like Montana did, and to calm his whole teammates, say, "Oh my God, look, it's John Candy on the
John
sideline."
Candy.
That's how
John
you know
Candy,
a guy's
that's
got
funny.
ice in his veins. He could care less about his surroundings. He was just having fun, and he was the man.
Oh yeah.
Joe
To
Montana.
me, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, not Tom
He-
Brady.
I mean, Montana was so
My
like,
God, he was
like I
incredible.
met
So
him,
cool.
and he's so like I met him at an autograph signing. I mean, I stood next to him. I didn't meet him. I didn't, but he is not a big guy. And you look back and like, man, that just goes to show you, if you're good, you're good. He was a little guy
was
amongst giants.
awesome.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Eddie Cruz, what's up, brother? Game Time Brian, 35.5K. Let's get the likes up and subscribe if you like. Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
Coyote. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're moving
Hey.
along pretty good. Thank you.
Real quick,
Congratulations,
I
by
wanted
the
to
way.
say something to you, Brian. Yeah, I wanted to
What I do now? What I do?
commend you, man, for being honest and on your show.
I
Can you hear
try
me?
to be. It's tough sometimes when you get at me. I told Rob this the other day.
No,
Real quick, just
wanna-
real quick, Drew. That reminds me. I think I upset Rob last show. I didn't mean to do it. I don't know that Rob wants me to say it on air, but I'm going to say it on air because I keep it real like I always. I don't remember saying that, Rob. If I said something like a politician, I meant no disrespect to Rob.
You're good, brother.
Rob
You're good.
A is
You're good.
literally, and I'm not going to hurt anybody's feelings. If I need to know something, he knows it. And that's coming from an Eagle fan. So if I said anything, or in the future, because listen, I'm just a dumbass from South Jersey who loves the Cowboys and listen to Mark Holmes and doing a YouTube channel. And Mark Holmes is my guy. But me and Mark don't always agree. So go ahead, Drew. I just wanted to get that out of the way. I apologize if I say stuff in the future.
No, I want to.
Just call me out because I'm human. I get upset, but I really apologize, Rob. I didn't know that I said anything that might have led me to poo-poo Rob or his thoughts or anything. He's literally one of the smartest sports people I know. So get that out of the way. I'm sorry, my guy.
That's
Much
facts.
respect,
That's
much
facts.
respect there, Game Time.
Yeah,
Yes.
respect, bro. I just wanted to commend you and give you respect. Because of what you just did. Because yesterday I was trying to call out Mark on his hypocrisy on something that he said, and he just literally was like, "Oh yeah, I am a homer," and yeah, I said that, but I'm not going to admit when I'm wrong. And I'm like, well, so you just literally saying that you're fake. You know what I mean? I was
Well,
like, okay, cool. So now I know where you
It's
where
hard
you
for
stand.
me.
And I just
Yeah.
wanted to,
Thank
I
you.
just
I
wanted to just
appreciate that.
commend you
And
on
I'm
just
emotional.
being
I'm South
real.
Jersey guy. You're a Philly guy. You're emotional, right? So
Yeah,
I have an
we-
instant
we come
defense. I want to get.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
cut from the same.
yeah,
we
I
cut
wanna
from the same
fight.
cloth.
right back and try and protect. Rather, I should just need to be quiet sometimes, especially when I have.
I mean,
a lot of
Mark
smart
was
people.
eating. Hold on, Mark was eating a lot of crow after that Green Bay loss. I ain't even gonna lie. That was the biggest
He
meltdown
was,
I've
yeah.
ever
You got to
seen
give him
have.
credit for that too.
Yeah, and Mark is the man.
He did an hour or 1 hour post game show, and and they were Eagle fans were coming after him.
You guys know. Just listen to the Dan Cilio show. I'm not at liberty to tell you why he's doing it. You guys can guess. You guys are smart, but I know why he goes on the show, and it's smart. It's smart as heck. Mark's a very smart person, and he likes to play a part. I'll just
I
start
don't
with
think
that.
Dan Cilio gives him a hard time. It's more like Philly 500 and the like people in the
Dan's
in
worse
the chat.
though. Dan's worse because Philly and Mark have been together for a while. Dan is the worst kind because he will be Mark's buddy And then when Philly comes in, he
Exactly,
will
yeah.
turn against
Yeah.
Mark.
He will turn against him.
It's
Yeah,
like
see, when
me.
Philly's not
Narrative
there, so
changes
you
at
even
that
play.
point,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Like if you're my friend, you're gonna have my back around your friends. If I meet them, you're not gonna turn on me and leave me. Yeah, that's just how I look at it. Now, listen, it's all a game, but some of the stuff he deals with, that goes into him being having his guard up when Eagle fans come in and try and tell him anything. At the end of the day, I've brought a lot of people to his channel. I think he knows it, just like he's brought a lot of people to my channel. But, I agree with what you're saying, though, because I try and keep it real, but it may take me longer to get to where I want to go than because of that, though, Drew. A lot of people want to hear this shock. Like a lot of people want to hear somebody just spew crap because they don't care about what's coming back at them. I'm not that way. I kind of a little bit.
Can I
soft
just say
when it comes
something
to-
quick?
Yes, go ahead, man.
There is no doubt, because I've been supporting the Cowboys for a long time. One time Washington was our biggest rival. There is no doubt the biggest rivalry in the NFL is Dallas, Philadelphia. Everybody
It
knows
is.
it.
It
Okay?
is. Everybody needs to slow
Okay?
down. with
Everybody, the
Commanders.
TV folks know it.
Yeah.
There's nothing even close to it. They talk about Baltimore, Pittsburgh. No, it's Philly, Dallas.
It
and
is.
Dallas fans used to hate Washington, but
Absolutely.
the only team they really hate
Yep.
now is the Eagles.
And
I
I'll
wanna
always
tell you
say
something.
the
I don't like the
NFC
Eagles,
East,
but I do respect them. But I despise
NFC
them.
East, most important division in the NFL, in my
There's
opinion.
nothing like a Dallas-Philly rivalry.
You go to Dallas for a
exactly.
Dallas
I
Eagle
agree with
game,
that.
and I've been to Dallas multiple times for Eagles Dallas. I'll be again there November 10th. But Dallas fans are way too nice, Wade. Now,
Yes, they're too nice.
I mean, I've heard it's gotten worse. I haven't been there in years, so I'm looking forward to go. I mean, I've been to Dallas, but I haven't been to a game since our Super Bowls. That's how long it's been. I remember walking around. Now, to all the people who have never been into the old Texas Stadium, it kind of reminded you of the Vet. It wasn't quite as cavernous. It was smaller, but those concrete concourses and everything. I would see Eagle fans walk in and just ladies saying, "Hey, yeah, how y'all doing?" Everybody's nice in Dallas for the most part.
Not the
And
vet.
you go to Philly.
Not the Vet. I don't like wearing
Yeah, I am
Dallas gear
not
when I
wearing
go to the Vet,
I'm
too.
not wearing a Cowboys jersey to the Philadelphia Eagles.
You
Stadium.
go to
Hell
Philly,
no.
you can wear it,
You
Wade,
can. You
but
can
you
wear
got to
it.
be respectful.
Yeah, don't talk
And if the
trash.
game
I-
gets out of hand in your favor,
Be
you
rude.
need to just kind of zip it and
Yeah,
just kinda
tip off.
unless you're
Yeah,
around a
pretty
lot
much.
of
And
people.
then if the Cowboys are blowing out the Eagles in Philadelphia, I definitely don't want to be wearing a Cowboys jersey. I got to get out of there.
I went to a
Yeah.
Monday night football game and in the early
I hear you
90s, I
there,
think it was
Wade.
92, when both teams were
Go
3-0.
neutral. Marcus Blackman.
Jimmy
Philly
Johnson's
ain't
first
stupid.
Super
If you
Bowl.
ain't wearing
Yeah.
Eagle green, they know you ain't rooting for him. So you can go neutral all you want. You gonna get lit up.
But just back to my point, it's like if and when I do start my channel, if I'm telling you my opinions, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on it. I'm saying I think that the Cowboys will be 9-8. If they're not, guess what? I'm gonna be
That's
right
not
here.
a horrible prediction, though, Drew.
No, but
See,
I'm
I
just saying,
predicted the same thing there,
That's
Drew.
not
'Cause I said 9
horrible.
and 8 as well. Yeah.
right,
I
but
don't
I'm
think
just
we're
saying,
winning 12 people. So I got
I
news for
think-
you.
right,
Mm.
but all I'm saying
I
is
gotta say
everything
10.
that I'm saying,
I
I'm
gotta say
standing
11
10
and
toes
6.
down on it regardless. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not running. If I'm wrong or right, I'm gonna be right here. But don't sit here and make say stuff and then you fall back on it, and then when you get called out on it, say, "Well, yeah, this is a Cowboys channel."
Yeah, no,
Of
I don't
course
want
I'm a
that.
homer.
Again,
Hey,
I'm
Drew,
a homer.
Sometimes you
I'm
just
right.
gotta
Like,
calm down and
come on,
breathe
man.
for a second, and then attack at it. Just
well, that's why
sometimes you need to calm down.
that's
and then
where
just
I
breathe,
care about
you know?
Chris, because
I'm a
when
homer.
Wade and Drew go at it, they have to stop. One of them has
Yeah,
to
you gotta calm
stop
down a
and take a
little bit.
breath because nobody can understand. And then I went from literally 96 people in the chat the other day to 42, and I'm getting blowed up on my phone by Brad saying everybody left because nobody could hear. That's all I try and get. I don't care your point of view. I really don't, unless you're yelling at me, Dallas sucks. Then I'm gonna,
That's-
nobody
Look,
does that here. Nobody does
back
that.
in the early days of YouTube, it was a Cowboy NFC East trash talk here in the YouTube area, and my God, the trash talk between the NFC East teams, like the people, is just ridiculous.
Vinny, it's not easy
I
sitting
mean,
in my spot.
legit. Rivalry.
because
I'm like
Wade
the
knows his shit,
TCC.
Drew knows his shit, Rob knows his shit. So I try not to interrupt, but we need to be able to hear it. And yeah, today we're doing a lot better job.
Yeah, you're
so,
right.
That's
Hey,
all
hey,
my
hey,
thing.
Hey, Drew, to
You're
your
right.
point, like when we had not this last live stream, but the one before that, the point that I was bringing up as far as with the defense not getting the turnovers, if that kind of jogs your memory,
Right.
I didn't say anything different than you did, you know, so call me a politician or whatever, but all I try to do is do it in a way that I don't trigger people. Because you said, Rob, I've been saying
He
the
don't
same
care.
thing. I've been saying the same thing. And you're right. The only thing that I tried to do was articulate my point without pissing everybody off.
Exactly.
You know,
then
and
what you said, yeah.
But
You said
yeah,
the
but
same-
Drew,
what you said
sometimes you'll
last
come
week.
at it with a little bit.
No, but what,
It's
no,
not
but
a
what-
bad
what-
thing,
what
but I'm
Rob
just telling you
said-
how
what
we
Rob
feel.
said-
We're soft.
no, but
Some
Rob
of it
said,
is.
I had said the week before, I had
Right.
said the exact same things, that the Dallas offense was feeding off the turnovers that Dallas's defense was getting, and people, you know, just didn't receive it. And I said the exact same thing, and I don't think that the offense is going to be able to feed off the defense the way it did last year, because I don't think that you're going to see as many interceptions or the turnovers because of Zimmer's defense is not predicated off of getting as many turnovers like Dan Quinn's defense was. It fed off of getting turnovers.
Well, the scheme's
I don't
different.
think
But
you're
Zim's going to
see
take
it.
us off the field at least, which
But you're not going to get. But Dak is not going to get short fields to get turnovers. So I think
We
what
don't know
you're
that.
not going to have. You're
Well,
not
see,
going
the
to have
schemes are
offense.
different between both coaches.
Well, I would say this.
One
but-
coach
Let me
likes
just say
his
30
corners
seconds,
tall.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. You're not going to. I think, yeah, your offense. Let's say the offense scores 22 points this year as opposed to 28, right? Which is not bad. But you're going to have longer fields to deal with. So, you know, I think that's going to
Maybe
affect
not
your
because of
offense.
the special teams, Drew.
Yeah, that's
so.
why we got Brandon Aubrey.
I
No,
think
I was
we
going to
got
say
like,
maybe
kick.
not because of the new rules.
we get some interceptions in the preseason.
Well, listen.
But not as many.
Hey,
Not as many
hey,
times.
listen, Cody. I'm not going to argue that we're going to get more turnovers. What we did last year was, as far that happens once or twice a lifetime, as far as the amount of turnovers.
Yeah,
But-
we had a lot of turnovers the last 2 years, so it's like.
But we were
well,
kicking a lot of
I don't
field
know, highly
goals.
doubt it'll
we were
happen
kicking a lot of
3
field
years.
goals. Too,
Right,
you're
right.
Mhm.
That's what I was trying to tell Drew, that we didn't really convert. I was at the opening game last year, me and my son at MetLife. What was the final?
40 to like 0, I think.
But I mean,
But
we didn't.
there were a lot of
We
turnovers.
didn't have a lot of, like to Drew's point, we didn't have a lot of offensive scores. A lot of that was
Brian,
like
I
good
remember
field
last
position.
year, the first 5 games were like a preseason for
Yes.
for Mike McCarthy's play
Well, that
calling.
goes
They
to-
start the first 5. I think he had 5
Well,
touchdown
that goes to
passes in the
Rob's
first
point
5
that
weeks.
we're going to see some, like, get ready for some sloppy football, not just with Dallas,
Right.
around the league.
Everybody.
That's just what happens now because they want to add games. They're taking a less. Nobody plays. Nobody wants to get hurt. So we're going to see basically an extension of the preseason, but with just starters. So you just hope that your guys, you hope the CD is working out and his muscles are firing because, it's different to run on the beach. Which I don't know about you guys. That was bothering me watching him run on the beach. Do you remember that Pro Bowl?
Yes.
Who was it? Edwards for New England?
Edwards for the New England Patriots. Yeah,
Remember
used
he
to-
destroyed his knee? That's like the worst
his career
place.
came to an end.
I'm watching him do cuts on the beach. Like I'm just cringing. Like something going to give. Are you a dummy? But maybe it was just me. Mark Hutchinson says Cowboys will get 25 takeaways this year.
A
But-
lot.
It's possible.
I don't know. Again, I don't want to get into numbers because it's all a
see it.
guess.
What I was
I
saying about both
just want
coaches
my
being
defense
different.
to stop the run. That's
Well,
what
that's
I
the
That's the
thing.
most
We
important
didn't
thing.
do that.
Okay.
It
And we
will.
didn't run the ball. We didn't run the ball well last year. So this all
Yeah.
goes into the pot. Again, we're all making our prediction. Drew's entitled to his prediction, just like we're entitled to ours, as long as we do it in a
Drew, how many games are the
a
Eagles
civil
going to
way.
win?
I
Get ready.
say 12 to 13.
Okay,
So
I
it's
have them.
prediction.
I have them around 12,
Yeah,
and
12 to 13 wins.
I have Dallas around 11 and 12.
Ooh,
either
Manuel,
one,
look
but
at you.
I don't think
Manuel,
anybody in our division gets 12
Saavedra.
wins this year.
we win the Cowboys game. We go in 13-4. DC for
I
like
think both teams could win
again,
12.
Manuel, I would love that. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I'm sorry.
I
y'all
think
seen
Dallas
that.
starts off super slow 2-4 the bye. Coming out the bye, you got Frisco 2-5, in strong, possible wild card. You know, I think
they're gonna start off 3-1.
See, the thing about
I
our
don't see
schedule
why-
that I
Hey,
like,
listen,
I
this
think
is
they're
fun.
gonna. I think they're gonna lose
I
to
don't see
Baltimore.
why they wanted to.
Drew, we
I
can
think they're
always
gonna-
revisit it, right? This is
what I
where
like
it's
about
fun
it
Yeah,
the
because
first
absolutely.
is they get
you
to
know?
gel
Absolutely.
with these hard
And-
teams
and
that
I
are
could
I'll
be
give
playing
you
wrong.
your
of the
props.
season.
I could be wrong.
No, but I'll give you your props if you're right. If you're wrong, then we're gonna tell you, hopefully in a decent.
Yeah, and I'll stand on it.
The first
I'll
month of
stand
the
with it.
season is when you see people or teams,
I'll stand
might
on it.
not look good, but then in that second month they start hitting their stride,
They say, yeah, exactly.
because they
Right.
start gelling. So, this could be a very fun season, guys. I really think it's
for
going to be
sure.
a fun season, especially in our division.
Listen, and I'm gonna wrap it up
Be
soon
very
because I
great.
got my 8 o'clock. So I got me being off. I'm doing all this stuff, but I also got to do a few things. But that's football's here, people. Football is here, and whether you love us or hate us, we're gonna be there, right? And I'm excited. I had my fantasy football draft for my work last night. It was not bad. I would rather not be towards the top of the draft. I'll just let everybody know that. Jesus crap. But I mean, it was good. It was good. But I'm going to cut it, everybody, so I can go do a couple things before my 8 o'clock. Make sure that you guys check it out. It'll be the Washington Commanders schedule prediction. I set it up as a premiere. I'll be in the chat with everybody. So come check it. Now, the lead commander, Big Commander, I talked to him a lot. Thank you, JoJo. And I don't know that he's going to like me after it when you break down the schedule. But go check it out. Listen, guys, anybody, we'll start at the top. We'll start with the Cody show, then go to Yassine, then Wade, then we'll end up with Rob. Go ahead, Cody. It's, your final words, please.
My final words is I'm glad they took care of CeeDee Lamb's
Here's Rob again.
And I just want to kill a noise, man. Just let's focus on going forward. I know a lot of things have happened, but amongst the team and the organization, we all know that. But let's go forward. Let's see what's going to happen with what we have right now. And I'm looking for better things. I'm looking for this team to thrive and gel. So I don't know. That's the way I'm looking at it. And that's it, man. I like every one of y'all that's on this panel. I mean, I ain't got no problem with nobody.
Yeah, well, listen.
I like the challenge of Drew.
I'm glad you do, because I don't want you to get upset because
respect, Cody. Respect.
That's what it's supposed to be. That's where I want to take the channel. I want you to be able to get you whatever's on your mind out. And then we'll deal with the consequences. We have no control over it, right? So,
but we're not going 9-8, sir. I'm just
well said. Well said. All right, Yassine, go ahead, brother.
I just can't wait for the season to start. I'm happy that we re-signed CeeDee. I did predict it will happen 2 weeks before the season, and I hope we have a good offense to start this season. And
I'm glad CeeDee's here, man.
And hopefully, I'm counting on Zim, and hopefully, I predicted 12-5 or 11-6. We might not win the division, but we will be in the playoff.
Well, I like it, man. I like it. Yassine, I'm glad you came on. You sound like a very intelligent Cowboys fan that, you're strong in your opinions, and I can appreciate that. All right, we go to Wade. Go ahead, bro. What do you got?
Thank you, Brian.
Wade's driving. So, Chris May, you want to go, brother?
Yeah, I'm always glad to be here and hang out with you guys, and I'm looking forward to this season as well. And I think Zim is going to be a big impact on our defense.
I hope Dak ascends.
Here we go. Dak again.
Well, most of all, Wade, I'd really like to see us be, at least efficient in all phases of the game this year. You know what I'm saying? More balanced.
Stop
And
the
that's what I'm
run.
looking for. Yeah, we got to do all that, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking for the draft coming
Yeah.
up that we're having on our fantasy, and
Yeah, next this Sunday.
take care of yourselves.
Yep.
And if you
Yeah,
like game
Dak.
Thanks, William.
Yeah,
Pick
that's
my
my main
profile.
thing. Dak ascension and us stopping the run. That's what I'm worried about.
All right, we go to Drew, and then Rob A will drive us home. He'll park the car. Go ahead, Drew.
Sir.
Yeah, your quarterback hasn't ascended going into year 9. That's a problem. I'm excited about my team and what we're bringing to the table. We have some question marks on our defense. I'm excited, and go Birds.
There you go. Well said. Rob, go ahead. Bring us home.
Hey man, all this back and forth talk and all this crazy season, and it's coming to an end and football starting. I can't be more happier than that. I want to see what my defense, what they do. I want to see this young talent out there. I want to see if Mitchell's the real deal. I want to see Saquon run and Kelly Green and see if they stay healthy.
Yes, sir.
I want to see him in that Kelly Green. It's going to look beautiful.
Yes,
that's
sir.
all I got to say, man. Go Birds. Good to see CeeDee signed. I'm glad he signed because I want you guys at full strength when we battle.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's good.
And let's get going.
Yeah, I just got an alert. The Phils have started,
How
so
you feel?
I'm gonna throw that on the old TV while I'm doing a couple things.
Let's go fight.
The wife just had to run out of here and go to the facility that my mother-in-law
Are
is
you
at.
it's
never
kidding me?
good.
I don't want Eagles fans happy. I want y'all to go 2-15.
But all right, everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate everybody in here. Rob, thank you for the super chat, buddy. You know how I feel, but thank you. All right, everybody, I'm gonna go. I'll see anybody who can make the 8 o'clock. Just check it out. It's kind of funny. I think it's kind of fun. We'll see what the commanders think of me, but I'll talk to everybody later.
All
See
right.
you later.
All right, guys.
Later. Have a good one.
That's it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but now I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.